Well, it's saying I'm live. Ooh. How are we going to fix this? It's not saying anybody's here, but I see there's people here. Oh, there we go. Now it's registering. Hello, folks. Welcome to Procrastination Thursday, which I couldn't wait to get here this afternoon. Had a great time this morning with Nick at the Arizona Highland Homestead. Was on with Jesse and Nick, and that was a good morning and some good fellowship. Well, that kind of threw the rest of my morning off because I don't normally procrastinate Thursday morning. But we were able to run all the syrup through last night so that all they have to do today is bottle it. And then we're probably going to save everything and start boiling early Sunday morning. I don't think the trees will be running today. It really didn't get below zero last night. So, yeah. So we've got Rebecca Davis in the house, touched by yarn. Hello, Rebecca. LG Homestead. Lori. You know me, Lori. And I didn't even get a chance to eat my lunch. So I will be eating my lunch and talking at the same time. Today is brought to you by Grilled Cheese Sandwich. First world problems. Worried about if I had lunch or not. But I figured Thursdays, you never know what we're doing because we got to eat early because Kyle's got parade Thursday nights. So he's out of here normally by 5. But he's got to get up and get all his military stuff together. So, yeah, we're normally eating about 4 on Thursdays. So, who else we got here? Charles, Fallen Arkansas Veterans. How are you, my friend? Gray Wolf, howdy. Hopefully you're feeling well, Skip. And who we got? That Lila Newton. Are you heading down to shoot dang, Lila? I think I read that you are. And, of course, Jesse and Lisa are in the house. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. Chris from E3. Coffee Angel Crafts. Lynette, how are you? Nice to see you. Long time. You're not able to procrastinate. Come on, that's a rule we have here. It's not like I just popped it on you today. We've known for many, many months that you procrastinate Thursday afternoons. And there's Nick popping in while he's working. Thanks, Nick. Appreciate you stopping by. LP. Hey. Welcome. Jessica Dumpster Girls. What's going on, Jessica? How's the weather out west? Backroad Hillbillies. Howdy. Okay, you're still trying to get there. Okay. Well, you still got, 2 weeks? I think. If not, if you got your shot, you always come up here for the homesteading, Eastern Ontario. It would literally be, about 3.5, 4 hours from your place. It's about 30 minutes, 40 minutes from the border, from 81. Bum, 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 bum. Now, for Saturday, this is my Saturday that I'm going to go live. If everybody could share out my thumbnail. I've still got about 2 weeks before I start losing and play that lose gain game. Everybody seems to tell me that it's reachable. I think they're crazy, but I have a lot of people that are trying to push me over that 1K. And I don't know, I think I'm 305 away. One person I really want to see hit the 500 is Lazy Days. I want Jesse and Lisa to be over 500 and stick on 500 this weekend. So if you're not subscribed to Jesse and Lisa, Lazy Days Ahead, let me know. And I've got more mods. Lila, if you could drop, or Lori, if you could drop Jesse's link, and let's get them. Actually, take me a minute, but I should be able to find out relatively quick where they're sitting. They're 30 away. So I do believe we can get them over 30 between today and there's just not me pushing. There's some other people pushing as well. But oh, I know, Jesse, it's so frustrating. Especially that 500 mark. 350 I saw 11 times, and 500 I saw 6 times. So hopefully a lot of the people just don't, the creators know, they get it, that, you need to watch at least a short. If a channel has a short on it, all right, Charles, if a channel has a short on it, that classifies as watching a 3 to 5 minute, as so long as you watch that whole 60 seconds. And yes, and we've also got to get Chris and Sarah up over 500. There's no reason why they aren't. They are great people. They're starting to put their content out again. And you skip even one video, I'm off the algorithm right now because I've been a bad boy. And that's partially what we're going to chat about today, is how they can censor real life stuff. I've seen some pretty out there conversations, thumbnails, and whatever else. Women who are half dressed trying to get views. But us trying to show what happens in life, where your food comes from, and they censor me. So the first video was no problem, which I thought, great. Maybe they're, maybe they're okay with this. I tried the editing that was involved in that, the stuff that I had to cut out and still leave the real life. I believe what set it off, and I toyed with it, but I'm not one to lie, mislead. Yes, number one did have a baby. It's unfortunate, but I could have easily cut that out and could have been sunshine and rainbows, or highlight that, that really shouldn't happen, and bad on us. You know, it's all part of farming. It happens every day. But to get that letter saying that they are censoring my content to 18 and over, to what was the exact letter? They're censoring my contact to protect children and people. What in goodness gracious are you protecting them from? Real life? This is where your food comes from? I was going to do a whole finale this weekend and come up with all the numbers, because a lot of people have asked us, out of those 2 calves, what were your weights? They have not let any new subscribers stick since I posted that one. So I'm sorry to those people, but YT has censored me to the point it's hurting my channel, which is not right. So I did. I complained. I had it red flagged. I had all the cautions. I had everything up that they say to put up. But they're protecting me from everybody who's under the age of 18. There's a 5-year-old. Lily knows more. And probably Jen and Jen and Wiley's Lily also know where her food comes from, what actually is involved. And our Lily here, she's going to be 6. She gets the whole thing. So, and I sent them a message and I'm like, so who or what are you protecting from me? I said, I just want to know that. No reply. So, it sucks because, I was going to make about a 30-minute video finale, 3 of 3. I may do it anyways. Because if I don't do it, it shows that I'm just giving up. Then that's not who I am. Lord knows that's not who I am. I don't give up for anything. But, yeah, exactly, Nick. Yeah, exactly, Charles. It does not. Would you rather show me a feed? Would you rather me go film a feedlot where chemicals are used? I think we've made it very clear how we treat our animals. And they were all thanked. You know what I mean? I just can't wrap my head around it. I really can't. And I know one of my friends said, "I'll just let it go." I can't. That's food. Your steak does not grow in the grocery store. Your steak walked around a field, farted, and pooped on it a few times. Guess what? That's life. But not to YT, it isn't. Unless you have million subscribers, then you can put whatever the heck you want. You can have people eating poo and whatever else. But, yeah, show real life? Mm-mm. But I do think I am going to put out the 3rd one. just know that if they take my account down, I'll be back. But it's just, I how can they not censor the first one, censor the second one? I did the exact same thing, except the only thing I can think of. But I took nobody saw the calf, like the baby. I didn't put that on. Nobody needs to see that. And it wasn't even developed. It was literally the size of a football, which would put it maybe 2 months, maybe 3. No, I'd say closer to 1 to 2 months. But anyways, I just, at what point is censorship going to stop? And that's today's rant. And I get most of you get it. Most of you understand. Most of you do as I do. I don't buy animals that are force fed in feedlots. But to have my knuckles wrapped to show people real life. So Saturday night, and that's going to end my rant. I think you all know how I feel. And you know what? I am putting out the third one. Censor me. Everybody that, except for Kyle, Levier, and hey, Kevin. She's talking about censorship. Old YT censored me. I don't know if you were here to see my whole rant or whatever, but they censored my video. Didn't censor the first one, censored the second, and sent a very nice letter saying that they were protecting me from children under the age of 18. You know what that makes me feel like? But so Saturday night, Chris and Sarah go live, and at 8:30, 7:30 Central, I go live. So if you could share out on your community pages, or if you're going live and you want to give me a shout out, I'm really trying to get that 1K over the next couple weeks. I think it's near impossible. That's a lot. But whenever you look, the month of January, I wasn't even trying and I got 175. So maybe it's possible. But yeah, I will definitely be going live Saturday night. We're not going to vent about anything. It's going to be a great evening of fellowship, sharing, and focusing back on the smaller channels. And I love getting folks to their mile markers. But, I would rather support somebody with, anywhere from a brand new channel just starting out to, even up to 10,000. It seems like people go click and change at 10,000. Not everybody, but there is some that just seem to. There's some that just seem to change, and I don't know what it is. Yes, Kevin, I know it's not proper etiquette. But, so number 2 is governments. Oh, no, I'm not going to get started on that. I didn't hit end, and I got a call from my friendly neighborhood government. Oh, they forgot to send me another bill. There goes another $2,500. Man, I don't know how much they think I have, but the bleeding's got to stop somewhere. And I know what it is. They've given out so much money that they're trying to nickel and dime everybody to try to get some money back. But yet, we still have people. I have buddies that have had to close 1 day a week or do reduced hours, and they're working 20-hour days. One of my buddies has actually slept in his office for the last week. The money's there, the folks are there, but he hasn't got the staff to help because the government's still giving everybody $2,000. Well, I think it's stopped now, but now people can go on EI for a year, which is unemployment insurance, I guess. I just like these folks that would never make that. Like, instead of doing it based upon your salary, they gave across the board. It didn't matter if you were a nurse making $100,000 in a hospital, in the ER, or somebody pouring coffee at Starbucks. Everybody got $2,000. Well, the people that would never make that kind of money, they quit their jobs and took the money. Serious? And yeah, they cannot find people to work. Nobody wants to work. So another political friend of mine, he has something to do. I am north of Ottawa, Fisherman 506. But my brother-in-law is in Fredericton. And Debbie's originally from Camelton. So, and my daughter, the last bite of grilled cheese damn near killed me. My daughter went to school in the Miramichi, and we were very, very close to purchasing. Well, I'm self-advertising today too, guys. Go to that merch store. Actually, I'm going to do some adjustments to some stuff this weekend. So, because don't forget, all the money goes to help kids in sport. So, you're in Moncton. Okay. Oh, east of Moncton. Okay. I forget what radio station. My brother is a sales consultant. I think he does some on-air stuff as well at a Fredericton. I forget the... Actually, Terry, if you're in here, you can speak up. Sometimes he's quiet. Only on here. I'm just trying to see what radio station he's with. Yeah, he's just got that he's on air and promotions with Bell Media, whatever one that is in Fredericton, I forget. But he's worked in Woodstock. He's worked a couple radio stations in New Brunswick. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to combat so you can see me. I'm going to see. I'm just trying to do something so it doesn't blind me. This is a great little light. There we go. So I've got to make a new office downstairs. Mama's kicked me off the dining room table. So that's another chore I'm going to have this weekend, is go down to the dungeon. Actually, then I can go live whenever I want. I don't have to wait till everybody goes to bed. But turn it off. Turn what off? What you talking about, Wiley? So yeah, so the wonderful government's kind of, they've overspent, and now they're just trying to nickel and dime everybody. And anyways, it's frustrating, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. And another thing that we were chatting about, whose live was I on? Might have been Darren Thorhaven. Just that there's no more, the middle class is just about gone. You either have folks that are living paycheck to paycheck, or quite a few people are living paycheck to MasterCard to paycheck. And then you have the folks that are okay. And then you have the rich. But you have a couple different levels on the top. You've got a couple different levels on the bottom. But that middle, blue collar, it's gone. I don't know about the US, but I know here it is gone. And, it just, middle class is gone. And it's, I don't know what to say about it. It's very frustrating, that folks can't save money anymore. And that's what this money they called today is, because I try to look after myself and my family down the road. I'm only trying to put a little bit away whenever I retire. And yes, technically I am retired now medically, but I can't. They say there's some policy because I'm disabled. I can't save money. So I can't, if they were to ever find out that, that's, I just, gonna blow. I'm going to explode with my head. Yes, I just got a text message. My banner's not going. Somebody wanted to email me. Hang on. I can't think of everything, folks. Remember, I'm the good looks. Jesse's the brains. I guess we're both in trouble. But, you got to look at it this way. Yeah, they're censoring us no matter what we do. Especially the folks that are trying to look after themselves and their family. If you toe the line and jump in the political, circus, don't worry, they'll look after you. So, one of the things that came up, so those of you that don't know, I had a doctor's appointment. Then my wife wanted to go look at vehicles. And I joke it's a bad thing. It's really not. We have a 2016 Dodge Caravan minivan, except for whenever she decided to back up by feel instead of turning her head. I'm the one that can't turn my head. She can. But anyways, we won't go there. There's a big dent. And our kids all have their own vehicles now. So, and listen up for those of you that have kids that have their own vehicles and they're still on your insurance. I don't know if it still works the same down there, but I just saved $50 a month. You heard me. $50 a month. But I'll get back to that story after I'm done my main story. The rambles are rambling today, guys. So we've been looking at, or she's been looking at the smaller crossover SUVs. We don't need a big minivan. She literally works 5 minutes from the house, and that's stopping to get a coffee on her way to work. That's how far the hospital is from the house. Well, I've been calling around for about a week. Well, all these people, if you look on their websites, they have 32 cars, that lots. Well, I found one in Ottawa last week. Yes. So I've been talking, I kind of been negotiating kind of over the phone with the lady. And she came in at 41,000. I'm like, that's high. But I don't know. So I called another dealership on Mitsubishi Crosstrack. They're back ordered till September. I went, wow. They can't get parts for the engine, and Mexico is not sending enough windshields to build. Hey, Coastal, they're not building enough windshields for the vehicles, and especially the sunroofs. Well, for the last almost 25 years, Debbie's focused on the kids and what would be best for the kids. Well, now that the kids all have their own stuff, I made her go to a mindset of what does she want? So she told me exactly what she wants, because whenever she gets to a dealership, if she can save $10 on something she doesn't like, she'll do it. So I knew what features she wanted. So I went to a dealership that only had those cars that had those features. The only choice she had were 3 different colors. The cars were all the same. So I looked, and the dealership close to where we were on Tuesday had the identical car for $10,000, well, just under $10,000. Cheaper than what I could find it in the city. So I called the dealership Monday night and said, we're going to be around Tuesday. Can we pop in? And I know that these things are going quick. Can you save it? He's like, no, I have 3 on the lot. They've been here since Saturday. You should be okay if you come first thing in the morning. We're only open for another 2 hours. And I'm like, well, it won't be first thing in the morning, but I'll be there as soon as we can. So we go. Sure enough, I saved $9,000, and they gave me, right without even asking, $15,000 for the van. I'm like, wow. So I tried negotiating, and the general manager, started to laugh at me. He looked and he said, I'm going to tell you right now, son, you might as well stop that. Because he said, if you don't buy it for that price, I'm going to have that car sold in 2 days. He said, I only have to sell it within 30 days or I pay for it. So he's like, do you want it at that price or not? So I got an extra $1,000 and he threw in some other stuff. So my cousin's a mechanic, so we ran it up to his place and what's his honest feeling? And apparently the Nissans had a problem with these transmissions. So I went back down and I'm like, and the guy's like, no, the transmissions were changed in 2019. So, you should be okay. I'm like, all right. Hey, Jen. Well, so I had an idea how long I wanted to finance it for. Not a whole lot. But it was such a blessing that we were able to put with the trade-in and tax and all that stuff over 50% of the car, which, was such a blessing to us. And what we're going to save in insurance and fuel is probably going to make up about a quarter of the payment too. So it's like, that's a really, 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 we lucked out. So we go pick that up Friday night. So we'll drive it for a week. Whenever you go to search it, I can't find any North American ones. We ended up getting a 2022 Qashqai. I don't even know what there's letters behind the Qashqai. I don't know what it is. But unless you want leather seats, you can't get any more options. So it's got like the backup. It's got, if somebody's approaching your vehicle, it tells you. If you can hit one button and it actually steers. I don't know how, but it recognizes the road and it actually steers your car for you on the highway, which doesn't make me feel well, but I guess that's today's vehicles. So all right, Wiley, take care, brother. We'll see how it goes. It is a much smaller vehicle, but I'm never in even her van. I'm never in it unless we're going somewhere. And I could easily be comfortable in this heading down to New Brunswick, which is the only place that we travel. And you use next to no fuel in this car. So one thing, getting back to the transmissions and all that, they said that if you don't buy the extended warranty, you're crazy. Because there's so much, like I said, about the lane assist, I believe it's called. Everything goes through the computers. I forget how many computers this salesman, I call him a kid. He's my kid's age. I think he said there's like 5 computers in this car. Like, if one of those computers blows. So we got the extended warranty for 2 years after it's paid off. And 140,000 kilometers, which is half that would be 70,000 miles. So, and let's face it, Nissan is known for amazing motors. The problem is they rust out. So I've already made an appointment with a buddy of mine that does all the undercoating, and he's going to let her rip this weekend. And he's going to do all the, his is like almost like honey. He sprays it and he wants the metal warm and it's spiders. And if I do it this year, I do it next year, I never have to undercoat it again. Well, what it is the exact same stuff that they put on at the dealership. So the guy that was trying to sell it to me, I let him say his spiel. I'm like, how much are you going to charge me? Oh, that package is about $1,200. And I looked at him and said, take that off. He's like, oh, I strongly recommend it. I said, I'm getting it done for $150. Oh, not this stuff. It's spiders. I'm like, oh, we buy it from the same spot. I said, my buddy does this for a living. And he's like, it's like honey, it's spiders. I said, yeah, as soon as it hit the metal, it goes boom and spreads and creates a barrier. Put his head down. It's like, dude, I know how much this stuff costs. And so yeah, they were going to charge $1,200 and it'll cost me $75 on Saturday and $75 next year. Well, I'll probably do it again in the fall. And then it'll be done. And her car will be protected. And what he does is drill, or not drill, there's a little grommet, I guess you'd call it, that he can spray it inside the doors and whatever, like your high rust out areas. Plus we're good friends. So he did her van. Her van's 2016 and there's not a spot of rust on it underneath. Nothing. So but what they're saying is parts, car parts. They can't get them. Well, even Jesse can let you know. He's been without his truck now for a month trying to get a catalytic converter. Seriously, like that's something that should be on the shelf. And Jesse's been without, and I brought that up to the guy that sold me the extended warranty. And I'm like, my only concern is getting parts because it's a Nissan. He said, well, most of the parts are made in Canada and America. And I'm like, all right. But I said, what about the specialty stuff that's made in China? He's like, oh, yeah. He said, sometimes that takes a long time. I'm like, all right, well, tell me about your extended warranty. They've changed their extended warranty to cover rental cars. They've had to move. So if I take in my car and Debbie's blowing a computer, they can't get it for 2 months. Guess what? They give me a car off the lot and I drive it for 2 months. Free of charge. I put the gas in it. That's all that I have to do until they can get my car fixed, which I thought was fabulous. So this extended warranty is a little expensive. It was about $4,000, but I'm covered 7 years. 7 years, 140,000 kilometers. Bumper to bumper, I have to put windshield wipers on, tires, and brakes. That's it. Well, obviously, and put gas in. All the rest is covered by the dealership, free of charge, including a rental car. And that's anywhere in North America. Because I said, okay, if I take this down, actually, I use the analogy of take it down to a friend's in Texas. And I said, something blows in Texas. I said, what's going to happen there? He's like, you get a rental car. And I'm like, okay, what if I have to come home? He's like, they have to get you a car. I'm like, that's what I wanted to hear. So, yeah, it's awesome. I can't say enough good things about this dealership. Debbie hates the whole process. Like I've walked out of a dealership for 37 cents a month because I wanted to be right. I didn't get out of the dealership. They came back. They dropped. So, hey, Bob. The only reason I know you're here is because Chris said, hi, Bob. So, it it's a good time to buy right now. And they sold, I think, 4 cars whenever we were there. They sold the sister to mine. They sold a used. So used cars are more than new cars right now in Canada. I don't know if it's the same down there, but they had a used 2018, and I think it had 20,000 kilometers, so 10,000 miles. It had actually the same color as the one we bought Debbie and everything else. It was $2,000 more for a 4-year-old car. Like, and the guy said, I'll get it. And he probably will, because people, the only thing you can buy nowadays is a Dodge Ram, which I'm a Ram boy. So guess what? I don't care. That's awesome. That's great news for me. But I actually, not that, no way in heck could I ever afford another vehicle. But my buddy works at the Dodge dealership here. And I brought him a coffee the other day, and we were chatting. He just got in 7 new trucks and a couple of Jeeps. The Jeeps are now almost $70,000. And I'm talking like the Jeeps, like 4-door. I'm not talking like the Liberty or the nicer. I'm talking like a Jeep that the doors will come off, soft top, no top, 4-door. The one that was there was 68 something. My truck that I paid 53 in 2017 is now worth $80,000. I said, you're nuts. I said, I wouldn't give you 80 grand for my truck. I said, I barely gave you 53 back in 2017. But that's the going rate. That is the going rate. And it's like, but like they're saying, everybody's going to these warranties that are covering rental vehicles because they can't get the parts. So people we're up in arms, and then we're actually losing people. Let's face it. All your Japanese made, or I guess Nissan's made in Canada. This particular Qashqai, I think, is made around the Toronto area. And most of the parts of the motor are out of Detroit. So it's one of those cars that, same as the F-150s are made in Detroit, but most of the parts come out of Canada. They share that border quite a lot. And you know what? It's great because it helps out both countries. But anyways, she's happy. Mama's happy. I'm happy. And let's just say that I got a good one the first time. Because she doesn't, she's not into this girly girl stuff. And I just lucked out. And, it's always been about me and the kids. And I made her make this vehicle all about her. So, yeah, that's it, Chris. He said he'd have to shop my vehicle around, but he thought anywhere. He figured I'd only lose about 10 to 15,000 off my purchase price. So again, I would only be paying $35,000-$40,000 for an $80,000 truck. But I just can't do it. Number one, I will not ever get back to. I still say what buried us as a couple was, financing 2 vehicles together. That is, right there. That's over a car payment or a house payment. So, the older we get, the smarter we get. And, I've always benefited from listening to my elders. Yes, Bob, that means you. Yes, Jesse, that means you. And I don't mean old elders. I just mean elders. I had to throw that in there. But anyways. We've got a new rule since 2 weeks ago. And we had that gentleman up here that, we won't say anymore, that we couldn't get rid of. Unfortunately, until I get to know you, and I got to say, I pretty much know everybody in here today, but on Saturday nights, if you do see people that I won't bring up, it's because I had to go through a lot of people who were lurking, people who weren't lurking, took video and said that I had this guy up on and they sent it to a friend of mine who's a police officer and said that I was promoting this guy's stuff. What they don't realize is Matt, Jesse, and I had tried for 20 minutes to get rid of him. We'd get rid of him, he'd come back. The guy was against elected officials. That's me. We were trying to ban him. We couldn't. So to those people that went to Brandon and sent clips and told him that I was promoting him, guess what? Stop the drama. Or the exit door is there. Nowhere once did I ever support him. Anyways, now that we're done that, let's finish our day with a smile. Copy. Paste. Procrastination Thursday is not supposed to be this stressful. We're supposed to procrastinate, sing Kumbaya. Oh, there we go. StreamYard's up. Come on up. We'll have a chat. What do you want to chat about? The only thing we got to say, if you want to chat on here, you use YT. You use short forms. We'll figure them out. And another one that we found that people are getting hit on is using the S word for the people that follow you. And Lashes, I don't know if she's still in here, but they've got a really great analogy for that one. And that's bananas. I think it's hilarious. Because what's better in a circus than a bunch of monkeys and bananas? We always say that we're the misfits. So, oh, gracious. Thanks, Jesse. Oh, gracious. Yes. I know, that's great. So, if you want to talk about people that follow you, you're going to use bananas. And, Jesse, I'd rather use monkeys, but, then we got to add in the elephants because they like the peanuts, and, it could get messy. And I don't want to offend anybody. So thank goodness we didn't get the freezing rain. Well, we did get freezing rain last night, but not near what they were calling for. I guess about 7:30 last night, we were at the Sugar Shack, and it's got a tin roof. Scared the living you know what out of us. It all of a sudden just come down. It was like almost like hail. And then I had to go transfer some more sap from outside into inside. And it was like, whoo, boy. It was freezing rain. And by the time I went to leave about 8:30, I'll let you up, Chris, but it doesn't. It says that your device isn't working. Oh, now you're gone. Yeah, about 8:30. Some spots in town didn't even get any rain, so it was really weird. Absolutely. Who did I see here? Squirrel. G'day, Squirrel. What's going on, buddy? And I don't think I missed any. Oh, yes. Hey, Cindy. I did see you, but I was on rants. I might have to call the first part of it ranting. Oh. I see you now.
I see you. Can you hear me?
What?
I said, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. I can hear London. I can hear London more than you, but
How about now?
you could. We can hear you.
You can hear me now?
We could hear you before.
Oh.
I just said we could hear Landon over you.
Oh, London?
Yeah.
Oh, hush, London.
Yeah. That's it.
So, I'm in my office.
Yeah.
And, of course, got my flags. So, our sticker window, which I have my smell good in a way. But, let's turn this light on.
Oh no, your piggy's got out, Jen. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Now, what you should have did is you should have put a little bit of, hey, Tiny Tim. What you should have did is put a little bit of oil on the pigs and told the kids to go get them. Oh, very cool. Psychedelic, dude. Look at that. Something is sitting in front of my sticker. You might want to remove that.
No, it's right there.
I know, but that jar's in the front of mine. Put it in the front of Jesse's.
Well, eventually, I will, I'm going to move some of that stuff. I just don't have anywhere to move it yet.
I hear you. G'day, Tiny Tim.
So, until I can move it, what in the world is going on here?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm getting ready to try to edit a video while I'm...
Fun. I have 3 videos that I have to edit. And yeah. Well, 3, possibly 4. I think 4 is a go. I just haven't fully decided what I'm doing with that one yet.
Yeah. If this is, whoops, this is the video I shot yesterday,
Oh, okay.
and I don't have much to edit out of it. There's 2 spots in there that I have to edit out. Welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to show you guys.
Yeah, we can hear it. If you don't want to give it away. You're
There's
evil. Jesse's evil. He told Jen that she should have enticed the pigs back in their area with a bunch of bacon. Maybe they'd get the hint.
There's only 2 spots I have to edit out, and that's because I had my phone set up and it fell down, so I got to edit out where I was. I got to edit out where it fell and was face down on the shop floor.
Yeah. Oh, I've had those. It's like, no, everything was going perfect until it fell.
Yeah, and I broke my screen on my phone.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah. It's not bad. It just, where my screen protector was at, there's just a little spot of the screen at the very bottom.
Oh, okay.
And it just kind of chipped it there a little bit, so it ain't.
I was going to say, because you guys just got like new phones not that long ago, too, right?
We've had these for a little while.
I thought it was.
We got new watches.
Ah, that's right. That's what it was. Jen, you guys really never had a break. You still put out minimum 1 video or live a week. But I do get what you mean, Jen. Like Jen said, they took a break from YouTube for a little bit, but they're back now. And
Man, they were live all day Saturday, just about.
You know, and I never once got a notification. I even searched, and I could not find anybody that was live. Now, I was at the Sugar Shack. There was a couple times that I tried. Maybe they just either weren't live yet or whatever. I'm about a week and a half behind right now on videos, except for a couple, but I was going to try to get caught up last night, but I got into bed and it was like, oh, it's so comfy. Within 5 minutes, I was out.
I took a picture of that hashtag fuzzy cow and sent it to you.
Yeah, I saw that.
And you texted me back, and I was like, because I did that right before I went live. I was getting ready to go live.
Oh.
And so I texted you that, and then you were like, you need to get your name out there. So I went live.
Damn. I never, you should have told me that, because I would have put you on my community page and got you out. Okay, who's this? It's got to be Emily. Little altruistic.
And so, I went live. We met quite a few good channels, some nice channels. I got to hang out with Jen and Wiley for a while.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They are those type of people that just draw you in.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I know the feeling.
They are so sweet and so wonderful.
You talk to them for 10 minutes, you feel like you've been lifelong friends.
Yeah, you stop to talk to them for 10 minutes and you're there for an hour.
AM, make sure you like and subscribe, AM, and watch a couple videos. Hey, Christian.
So I had stopped in. Well, I was pulling our little wagon that Sarah's got because we put like our chairs and our ice chest and stuff in it, so we didn't have to carry them.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I was waiting for a spot to open up so that I could walk down because I was walking the little aisles there, and I didn't have my freaking stand, so it was hard for me to video and stuff like that. But
Yeah, yeah.
that's why our live was only about 20 minutes, and I didn't get any video of it because I was just unprepared. I was shaking too much.
Well, you were you were out of your element. And there was a lot of people.
There was.
Which would have been a trigger.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So it was funny because before I was videoing, I did my first round, just to kind of see what was out there. And I'm standing there waiting, and all of a sudden I hear, Chris! And it was Jen yelling at me.
I can't see Jen raising her voice like that. I really can't.
It was funny. It was funny.
So
but we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, it looked like a lot of fun, and you know how hard it was for me to be sitting. So what I'm gonna try to do is I'm going to set up a little savings account for myself and try to get there for next year.
Yeah, if we would have we weren't really sure what was going to go, how it was all going to go down, how it was going to work and stuff like that. But next year we're going to be more prepared. We'll take our stands and stuff so that we can video more.
Yeah.
We're going to take stickers and, stuff like that.
Charles, is that any better? I turned them down. And thank you, Em, for subscribing. Appreciate it. Charles just asked me to turn down your volume. So.
Yeah, I have it turned all the way up. But next year we're going to take stickers. We're going to, do some of that stuff. We wore our shirts, and it was so funny because we're sitting in a class in one of the little seminars that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I get a tap on the shoulder, which instantly I'm just like, I kind of tensed up, because.
Yep.
And I slipped, and I hear this woman's like, "Hey, I just saw your shirt," and I just wanted to say it's finally nice to meet you in person. I've seen you in Scott's lives.
Jackie.
It was Walker Family Farm.
Oh, Cassie.
Cassie.
Yeah. Great folks. I'm so blessed to have Gary and Cassie at a moment's notice. I can ask them anything. They're wonderful, wonderful people.
Well, and what I didn't realize is that they were just down the road from us.
Yeah.
They're like 15 minutes from us. Like, I didn't realize how close they really were to us. Like, I knew
I thought they were closer to. I thought they were closer to Dutch.
So they're in a town called Locust Grove.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is about 15 minutes from me.
Okay, yeah. Don't say any major highways. She doesn't put that out. Locust Grove, everybody knows, but don't put out any highways.
Which is about 15 minutes down the road from us.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, it was just crazy to see how many people were there and actually how close a lot of these channels were to us. I knew Dutch was in this area.
Oh yeah. But I thought they were all like probably about an hour from you. I didn't realize that Gary and Cassie were actually that close to you.
Oh yeah, they are literally right down the road from us.
Okay.
Uh,
That's awesome.
there's another channel that's about 20 or 30 minutes from us. And I can't remember what their name is right off the top of my head, but they do classes on their farm. So they do a bunch of different classes on their farm. Like they do like the class we sat through was herbal first aid.
Okay.
And they do a bunch of classes like that. They do soil testing classes. They do, just whatever kind of class you want, they can pretty much put it on at their farm.
What's the name?
I will have to look.
I think Jen and Wiley.
But they're in pegs.
Who? Sorry?
They're in pegs. It is a very, very, very tiny, tiny town.
I think I've heard Jen and Wiley talk about those folks.
Yeah, they do everything like herbal, like anything that's like wild herbs, herbs you can grow at home.
Yeah, Jen can't remember their name either.
No, and they're really great people as well. We're planning on doing once we can get a little money put back, we're planning on doing a couple more of their like herbal classes and stuff like that. And
that's it.
some gardening classes and stuff.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
So, Jen, if you guys have 10 minutes and you want to come up, and I don't think all these people know what happened and know what's going on. So if you want to come up with Chris and I, and either you or Wiley, and let the folks know what your next step is, and the great news that you released the other night. I don't know how many people heard that. I think it will be a shock to Chris as well. I don't know if he heard it or not.
No,
I know that was the night you had family. You had family and you were busy, so I don't know.
All right, dadgummit.
Just let me post the link again for them.
For some reason, it's not going to let me edit.
So who put, yes, Wiley, Locust Grove is actually up by Pryor, yes.
Yeah.
Because that's where Cassie works out of, is Pryor.
Why won't you let me edit you?
Because it doesn't like you.
Apparently not.
We would love to. We're fixing lunch. Okay. Yeah, we can give you a few. I may have to cut this off here in about another half hour or so. Debbie gets off at 2:30, I think, today. And with our luck, as soon as we got home, we parked the van. Because our luck, somebody will run into it. And then the deal for her new car would be off. So it's her van is literally parked right behind me. So I'm driving her back and forth to work till she picks up her new car Friday night.
If you watch one of Jen and Wiley's lives from the expo,
yeah,
we made chairs. Like we put our logo on a lawn chair.
Oh yeah.
And on the back of mine it says Mr. E3 Farmstead.
Okay.
And then on the back of Sarah's it says Mrs. E3 Farmstead.
That's funny.
With our logo, but the logo didn't take very well on mine because we did it from the back side and it's kind of like that polyester.
Yeah.
It's kind of melting. So it kind of peppered all together, but it still turned out pretty good. I did a hat, but it turned out really crappy. So I didn't wear it. But I did wear it in this video because it's going to be kind of my wear around the farm work
Hey,
hat.
Remy. Hey, appreciate you stopping by, Remy. And yes, and what? Little over a month we'll be together for our homesteaders conference up here. I don't know how much we're going to be able to live stream from that one. Well, obviously it's not going to be anywhere close to the size that just happened, but it's going to put together a lot of channels from right around here. It's in a small community up here. And I don't think there's going to be very good data there. So.
I wonder.
Oh, Charles, the salve is. So Jen and I have been colluding, and I made a different variety of salve. It's Jen's base recipe, but it's way over there. I added in a different herb, I guess you'd call it. I don't know. Jen would be able to tell you more. And I find it lasts longer now. I didn't like. I made mine a little bit thicker than what Jen did, and oh man, it's soon as I put it on. Soon as I put it on, it takes all my pain away. Thanks, Jesse. Uh-oh. Chris got a phone call. He'll be back. But sorry, my words are coming out like they. Oh, Charles, it's all good, brother. Trust me, I have those days as well, and it's. So, what are you making, Mom and Dad, for lunch there, little M? Oh, you stole Mom's logo. I guess if you're gonna point traffic towards their channel, you really should have the logo. Oh. Traffic towards their channel, you really should have the logo. Oh, I don't like this feed.
Hey, that's better.
Hey, guys.
Hi, guys.
We're in our office.
Yeah.
I was going to say, so you're in the truck, the doors are locked. Emily's babysitting.
Thanks for the reminder. Lock the door.
Yeah. Forgot to lock the door.
Oh, gracious.
It never fails. We're like, we're gonna be doing a video or something, and the kids are like, what? That means you want us to be all up in your business? Yeah. No.
Pretty much. Hey, Darren. So you got to tell everybody that wasn't there. I know Darren wasn't there. I know Chris wasn't there. You got to tell everybody your exciting news on what happened and what's going to happen from here.
Oh my God.
Okay, well, I'm just going to give you a warning. We're not going to complete the story today. Y'all's going to have to come to our channel probably sometime later to find out the full story.
Because we don't even know all the details yet.
Yeah.
But we can't, I don't even know what, he might shut me up because I might say too much.
So.
No. I can mute you.
You said so. I figured you were going to talk.
I'll let you do
it. Okay. So, most people know that we are trying to raise money to buy a Harvest Right freeze dryer because it's one of our goals this year to be able to provide an extra meal per week to the needy in our community. But as prices of everything are going through the roof, we don't know that we're going to be able to make that a possibility, because right now we're already spending, $150, $200 a week on these meals. And, a lot of that is donated, but whatever isn't donated comes out of pocket. And it's not always 100% covered. So we aren't sure that we're going to be able to double that, at this moment, without some serious sponsors or something like that. And so we decided that we wanted to get a Harvest Right freeze dryer. That way we can freeze dry our food throughout the week. So I cook for an army every day, pretty much. And we don't have an army.
So there's times that I'm eating the same thing for like a week because she cooks so much.
And so, they get tired of eating the same thing for 4 days in a row for every meal. So we decided that, and then it sits, once people get tired of it, then it sits in the fridge, and when it's on the verge of going bad, we throw it out to the chickens or the pigs or something like that. So it doesn't necessarily go to waste. But with a freeze dryer, I could cook a little bit extra, and we can have the intention of putting it in the freeze dryer and then packaging up those meals. And then either when we go serve on Wednesdays, or we just got word that they're opening up a day center in Shawnee, then we can pass out that freeze dried food at those places. And so it may not be a whole nother meal all at once for 100 people, but it will be individual meals for some people along the way. So it's kind of meeting our goal in a roundabout way. So Wiley built this really awesome cedar chest that's absolutely gorgeous. And at the Okie Homesteading Expo, we raised $1,200 towards the cost of a freeze dryer. Now we're going for the large Harvest Right freeze dryer, and that's $3,600 before tax. We're hoping that they'll let us use our tax exemption, so we don't have to pay on tax on that, but we aren't 100% clear on that yet. So we raised $1,200. We met some amazing people at the expo, and some of those people were Jason at Cog Hill Farm and Nathan and Jill at Whispering Willow Farm. And Nathan and Jill, actually, I can't believe they just let me ramble on like that. I was trying to be like you, Scott. They let me ramble on, and their Okie homesteading video was 6 minutes long, and like 3 minutes of it was me talking. And so I can't believe it, because they're kind of like, they're not huge, they're around 50,000 subscribers, which to us little folk, that's big. But I've been watching them for years, and they kind of have the same mission that we do. But they do a lot more work through their church, whereas we're, more like a private organization.
And they are, Nathan is actually a Harvest Right.
They are affiliate at Harvest Right. So when they heard what we were doing, he was like, I said, we were just trying to raise $250 to put one on layaway. And he said, well, don't do that yet. He said, give me a week. I want to call my Harvest Right guy, and I'll let you know how it turns out. And I was like, oh my gosh. Okay. So then later that day, we met Jason at Cog Hill, and he pretty much said the same thing. He's like, well, I'll reach out to Harvest Right and, see what I can do. And we were just totally blown away, because we'd never met these people before. They had no idea who we were. And he, anyway, we got an email from Harvest Right. I'm trying to be careful where I'm trying to only put information out there that's already out there. We got an email from Harvest Right, and they said that several people had reached out to them, and they wanted to offer us $1,000 off the freeze dryer of our choice, which is phenomenal. Yes. So that's see, Lily's here knocking at the window already. No, the sausage is not ready. Go inside.
Emily, do your job. Look after the kids.
Her Wi-Fi is fixing to turn off. We have her set to like an hour a day, so her Wi-Fi is fixing to turn off.
And it's a nice day here today. It's a little chilly, but it's nice. So we turned off the Wi-Fi so that they can't watch TV. They got to go outside.
Yeah, she just said here, my Wi-Fi is off in a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, we got $1,200 that we raised on the fundraiser. Then they offered us $1,000 off. So we lacked about $1,600. If you count tax, we lacked about $1,600. Last night, Mama V had a fundraiser for us on her live, and we raised almost another $400.
It was $400.
It was $400. Yeah. Okay, so now we're down to needing $1,200 to complete the mission.
$1,260, I think. And then we got a phone call yesterday, and this is the part we can't give you information about, but somebody called us. How much can I say?
I don't think I would go much further.
And in the conclusion, watch their channel.
Right.
Yeah, we got a phone call yesterday that we can't tell you guys about. All I can say is that they requested to stay anonymous. They don't want to get any credit for any of this, but we'll have a video coming out on that soon. Well, as soon as we get more information about it.
Hey, we should have more information today, and if we have that information today, we're probably going to be doing a live this evening or this afternoon or whatever. But
the person that called us yesterday said that they had reached out to Harvest Right, and they have some influence, and they said when they talked to the Harvest Right representative was like, I have had a ton of people contact me about these people talking about us. And he was like, well, they're supposed to reach out to you. And I was like, yeah, they already did. And they offered us $1,000 off. And he was like, well, he told me that he was going to go to his bosses and see if they could do better than that.
Yeah. So update on all that.
What a PR stunt for them.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
In the homesteading community, who is their number one client?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Their niche base or whatever. Yeah.
Exactly.
Is the homesteading community.
Like why?
Homesteaders and preppers.
Yeah. Yeah. So, to give you people even one for what you have, already saved.
Yeah.
Right.
It would pay them their cost. They're out no money. And they're going to be in every one of your videos in the description. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Right.
Like,
And it's just
not only that, but you guys are probably going to get to see step by step a lot of us using the freeze dryer. I mean, that's going to be a big deal in a lot of our stuff.
Right. Because we want to be transparent, and we really believe that our hearts are in the right place and we're out to serve others. Yeah. And we don't want anybody to get the idea that we're taking advantage or saying we're something that we're not. So we want to put it out there so that everybody can see that we're doing what we said we would do.
And Jen, you know what? Nobody with a quarter of a brain in their head, and the reason why I put a quarter is, well, hello. You've been transparent. We know what you do. There's so many folks that support what you guys are doing. You people are changing not one life. You're changing multiple lives.
That's our goal.
Yeah.
Even if we just changed one, it would be awesome.
And it's not even just in your community. Like what I've got on the back burner for up here that I can't say anything about yet.
Right, yeah. And, Remy, I haven't even had a chance to read his email yet, but Remy at Rem's Family, from what I can gather, is doing a collab about helping others.
Yeah.
So we're influencing other people to do things for others also. So
absolutely. It's infectious.
On that note, we have actually been reach out to a couple of times by a couple of different people that are like, this is something we've always wanted to do, but we have no idea where to start. And I mean, really all we can say is the way we started was we found the local park. I mean, we found the local park, we found where people hung out, and it just grew from there.
Is that Lily? Is that Lily? I hear yelling at the window.
Again, yeah.
Yep.
Told you, as soon as we're like, we're gonna be on YouTube, they're like, oh, hey, that means that we need to bug you as much as possible.
I can just see all these kids beside the truck. Feed us.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's not like a riot and they're like pushing the car, trying to flip it over.
I was actually talking to my wife the other night, and I told her, I was like, we need to have Jen and Wiley on one live that we do.
Sure.
So
Sure.
looking out for that email to put something together.
Yeah. It was great getting to meet you guys.
Yeah, it was such a blast. I mean,
that whole event was so much fun.
We absolutely had the greatest time.
Since we had gone to, in the last couple weeks, we went to Mama V's for her birthday party. Between that and the expo, we have gained over 400 subscribers in the last couple weeks. So that's crazy.
Amazing.
By the way, as of this morning, we are 500 watch 400.
400 and something watch hours. We have over 3,500 watch hours.
Okay, can my mods put Jen and Wiley's the altruistic page up, and everybody go watch all the lives you can.
Lily's back.
Let's try to get them.
What did you guys think of those chairs?
It was awesome.
That's awesome, yeah.
It was awesome.
I wanted to include it in our video that I'm going to put out, but the video quality just sucked so bad. It didn't do them justice at all.
Did you hear that, Chris? They said you sucked so bad.
Yeah.
Our video quality was ridiculous.
It was good as long as I left it on the tripod. But then you were looking at our backs and you were looking at the people that come through. And I have a screen recorder feature on my phone. So I've gone through the live and I've because we didn't get any footage. So I've screen recorded different parts of different channels, and I'm going to tag them, and then I'm going to tag everybody in the description and stuff like that. And, but it doesn't do the audio. It doesn't record the audio. So that sucks because Lori, that's got to be my favorite part of the video. She comes up and she tries to hijack our live.
She tries to tell stories about me on our live, so I had to run her off.
And it's so funny because she comes up and she's really close to the camera, and then Greg's right next to her, and they're pointing at the camera, and they're like, we got to find out where the camera is, and they do this thing, and she's just she looks back really fast to make sure we're not looking, and then she goes back and she's like, let me tell you about Wiley. But I can't do the audio because my screen recorder won't do the audio. And so it's going to be kind of like a video photo montage with music, and that's the best I can do. But I tried to go around and show everybody the vendors and stuff, and show everybody our table and our setup, but it was just so choppy and so awful that I just cut all that out. I'm not trying to put that in there.
My thing is you guys had a great.
Tell Hunter to leave Lily alone. Ugh. Oh my gosh.
Emily, why are you on the computer?
Leave Lily alone.
Hunter's grabbing Lily and trying to drag her back inside. And she's out there wailing. Oh my gosh.
Next
Hey, Chuck.
we're gonna take stickers with us. We're gonna take our little tripod with us. So hopefully we can do a lot more next year. So,
yeah.
Are y'all going to Shoot Dang?
Hello, Chuck.
Hey, Chuck.
As of right now, that's the plan. Yes. So we'll We'll take stickers and stuff to that as well.
We have another event we're going to that day. So
Yeah, we've talked about maybe if we get out of our other event early enough, just packing up and driving up there, but I don't know if that's going to be a possibility or not.
because we'd probably drive up there and hang out till 3 o'clock in the morning, take a nap in the car, and then come home. But it all depends on like if we have somebody to watch the kids, and like the older kids we can leave at home overnight, but the younger ones, I'm afraid Michael would hurt Hunter if we left him alone with Hunter for too long.
Or you'd find him tied up to his bed whenever you got home.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Jesse, and you take care, Lisa.
Bye,
Hopefully,
guys.
all's good at the doctors. We'll be praying. And
So something I've noticed in a lot of the other videos that have come out about the expo is the people that are in the video, they've tagged them, but they've also tagged the large channel. And so we're going to, like, in our description, we're going to say, you know, thank you to the hosts, and then tag like Dutch and, you know, Walker Farm Fam and Brandon and Stephanie, you know, tag all of them and put their links. But then like you and Jesse will have, you, Jesse, and Marinos will have a special spot where it says, you know, thanks for playing such a large role in us being here or something like that. And then it'll have your tags and your links, and then we'll be tagging all the speakers as well as everybody that we actually got to meet.
well, that was supposed to be a shh, but
Oh,
you're welcome.
what? Oh, yeah.
we didn't want recognition. We just,
I know, but
I know you don't, but you guys deserve it.
Yeah.
I mean,
give credit where credit is due.
you, yeah.
We'd be where we are today without Scott.
What'd you say, Chris?
I said a lot of us wouldn't be where we are today without Scott.
absolutely.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep, I'm glad that Scott come across our live last year.
So I hope Brandon waits till the fall, because I might have a chance at saving up enough, because flights into Dallas right now are pretty reasonable. I can, if Debbie comes, it'd probably still be under $800 for the two of us return into Dallas. So then I just got to rent a car and, you know, a few nights of a hotel. So I'd probably do it for like under $2,000.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
You just
then-
drive from Dallas to my house, and then you can skip the hotel because it's only about a 6-hour drive.
Oh, I know, but I mean, like at the meetup, I don't want to be driving all the way back to your place. I'd stay at the meetup, and then I won't.
We
What's
will
that?
be.
If you stay at a hotel, Scott, I highly recommend the Artesian in Sulphur. It's
Okay,
a new
that's where
hotel.
Isn't that where the casino is?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's where Brandon always drives through to try to get people with fake license plates and all that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. It's a big, beautiful hotel. It's only been there for a few years.
Well, it's been there a very, very long time.
Oh.
They just rebuilt it.
They just redid it.
I've never been inside of it, but that's where everybody went last year for the concert after the meetup.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Hey, Bunky. What's going
But
on,
it's
girl?
supposed to be really, really nice, and it's maybe 20 minutes away. Otherwise, any other hotels in Sulphur or I don't know that there are any in Davis. Davis is so small, but you're probably going to get like the Roach Motel style.
Hello,
hotel.
Paul.
So-
And hey, Paul. And but Brandon said that it's in Sulphur anyways. So
yeah.
right.
It's just right on the outside of like city limits or something. It's just like right on the outskirts, so it's not that
Okay.
far at all.
Yeah.
And Sulphur's small anyway.
Yeah, tiny town.
Oh, okay.
And the wild, or what is it? The Chickasaw recreational area is beautiful.
All the buffalo, the what are they? The falls. What is it? Turner Falls, or not Turner Falls?
Yeah. I
The
thought it
swimming
was-
area we go to.
Yeah.
all the time.
Niagara Falls, Little Niagara.
Little Niagara, they call it. Yeah, yeah.
I was going to say Niagara Falls is my end, not your end.
Yeah.
They call it Little Niagara down here, but yeah, it's a very popular swimming hole and
Okay.
stuff like that. But yeah, and that's just within walking distance of the Artesian.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
When is that one in Sulphur?
What's that?
I don't
Chris?
think they scheduled it yet.
No.
It was in July last year, and it was hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brandon said he's not doing that again.
Mm-hmm.
He said that Paul, I saw you saying hi to Jesse and Lisa. I was just thinking that, Darren, they're not swimming in Niagara Falls. Well, they would once, but we don't see them again.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, just Paul was saying hello to Jesse and Lisa, but they just left take Lisa to a doctor's appointment, so I don't know if they saw that. Don't think they're ignoring you. Hey, Nisi.
I wish we would have taken the kids to the Sulphur meetup last year, because they had so much stuff for the kids to do. After the prior meetup, where there was absolutely nothing for kids to do, I mean, the church had a tiny little playground that was so full that the kids couldn't even swing on the swings. And so it was awful, and the kids were bored out of their minds. I mean, the meetup was great, and it was well organized, except you can tell it was organized by some people who didn't have a lot of kids, because they did not have kids in mind when they organized it. This meetup, or this Okie Expo, they had so much stuff for kids to do, but again, I'm really glad we didn't bring them, because there was a couple thousand people there, and we couldn't even pay attention to what was happening in front of us. The kids would have wandered off, and I would have freaked out.
You guys are worried about your booth. Like, you have merchandise right there. Not everybody is, you got to watch your stuff.
Yeah,
but
they don't have an exact number yet, but they're saying in excess of 3,000.
I can believe it. Yeah,
yeah, I can believe it. Yeah,
there was a lot of people there. But if if Brandon and Stephanie do as good of a job as they did last year with organizing the Sulphur meetup, I think we'll bring the kids with us this time.
Yeah,
because it was a smaller scale event, and there was plenty of stuff for the kids to do. All the kids there were just kind of running around together, and I think it would be a great experience for them. But I would not take them to the Okie Homesteading Expo.
Oh, no. Well, and you know what? It gives you guys a chance to be away as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And,
which I think we needed a lot more than we realized.
Yeah.
That's right. And, it's just the fellowship, and you're not having to worry about raising your blood pressure at Lily trying to open doors, and,
Like you're wandering off.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. You don't have to you can shut the eyes off in the back of your head.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just relax, and, with or without a beverage, whatever, just you're
and
away.
It was quiet, and we had time to think and, conversate without being interrupted. And it was just really nice.
I don't know what you're talking about. You kept me up till 3:00 every morning trying to pack your stuff.
I did. And then I'd wake them up at like 7, and I'm like, we got to go get breakfast before they quit serving it.
Oh, that's just crazy.
Poor when breakfast is included at the hotel, I'm not going to miss it.
We had our little seal-a-meal vacuum sealer, and I don't know, she probably had a couple of 100 bars of soap that wasn't put in the sealer yet. So
I was waiting to package it because I wanted it to dry out as much as possible. And in a vacuum seal package, it's not going to dry out anymore.
So I was up all night, every night, vacuum sealing.
And I had to, we brought our printer, and I still had to print labels for everything and label everything. And the labels for the soap, we had to get creative because labels are expensive. So we had to get creative with all the soap labels. I just designed them on Avery.com, and then there was like 5 to a page, and then I had to cut them all out with scissors and fold them up and wrap the soaps, and then he had to vacuum seal them. They looked really
but
nice.
they looked really awesome. They turned out fabulous.
And
You got to figure out now how to seal up your chapstick tubes.
Yeah, we have we needed I can't just buy those labels anywhere. And so I found a place online that I can buy the chapstick labels, and it has like the little safety seal that you can rip off. So I was just giving them out for free because they didn't have labels on them, and you know, the safety seal thing, and so I just gave those out to people who I thought could use one.
So that's what all of our hard work turned out.
Oh, cool.
And then on the back, it has the ingredient label. Whoop.
Oh, that's neat.
With a batch number and that kind of stuff. And so
My wife's stepmom is using that soap, and she says it works pretty well.
awesome. I just started making it, I don't know, last summer, probably, with my neighbor. We were both interested in doing it, and we're like, hey, we should get together and make soap. And we did, and now we're both in love. Except it's just her and her husband at their house. So we made a couple batches of soap together, and they probably have enough soap to last them 5 years. You know, we could use that amount of soap in 2 months at our house.
I was going to say, you guys are through that in like 3 months.
Yeah.
The only problem she has found is that she got a burn and then got poison ivy on top of that.
Oh,
So
ow.
she had to do like the soap and then like an antibiotic and stuff like that, because the itch between the poison ivy and the burn, the soap just doesn't cut it for all of it. But
Yeah, I
trying
can
to get-
imagine.
the poison ivy, I think it would work great for just the poison ivy, but having both up on top of each other.
I was going to put the same essential oils in a salve and make that too, but I didn't have enough beeswax. I ran out of beeswax, so I didn't have a chance to make that. But then it would be moisturizing, and it would have that, like, the essential oils that I used in it were supposed to, like, soothe the skin and soothe the itch. But, yeah, I didn't make that because I ran out of ingredients.
So where are you getting your beeswax from?
Well, up until this point, it's all been beeswax that we harvested out of our hives that we had a couple years ago. We had a big, and I've been looking at some organic. Is that from Missouri?
Amazing.
Hey, Joe.
Pellets?
No, New York.
New York.
I got
okay.
it on Amazon. But
I saw
amazing.
I saw some on Amazon. I saw some on Amazon that comes from Missouri, and it's supposed to be organic and pellets. Like ours is when we rendered the beeswax, we made it a giant chunk, which made it really hard to work with.
Is it Laura Hedgehog?
So
yeah. These here come in like a little.
Hi, Laura.
Are they like little pellets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like little wee pellets.
Yeah.
Those will melt a lot better than a big chunk.
Yeah, we was having to take her big chunks, they looked like a big piece of cheese, basically. And we was having to take the cheese grater and shred it down into finer.
We're in negotiations right now that this company could be a channel affiliate.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
I also bought my cocoa butter from the same place.
Oh.
And I tell you what, like it almost smells like it's 100%. Like I just want to sit here and take a.
Oh yeah. But you don't want to do that.
Yeah, because it doesn't taste as good.
No, I won't.
We're wanting to put the beehive.
I've been using a food grade quality cocoa butter.
Well, that's
So, Chris,
mine is all organic food grade.
we had actually.
eat, this is what my salve turned out like.
Oh, yeah.
That's
It looks like it's brown.
Is
it kind of a brown color?
Yeah.
Looks great.
But it doesn't. Yours kind of smelled like comfrey.
Cocoa butter, probably.
No, yours smelled like there was some it smelled like comfry.
Yours was one of the.
And you could smell the chocolate in it as well, but you cannot smell. But I put a little bit more. So I forget what you had. I edited your recipe, so I'll let you know. And this is bingo. You've got to add this, Jen.
What is it?
That's the stuff you told me to.
Oh, the evening primrose. Yes, I wanted to put that in mine too, but it's I already spent so much. I didn't have any more money to spend on it at that moment.
Well, so I quadrupled your recipe. I believe I made 20 tins, and I used a tablespoon of this. So this will last me probably 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, Chris had said something about beehives, and I cut him off earlier, so I just wanted to see what he was going to say about beehives.
Oh, we're wanting to put in a beehive.
Well, as what we done was I was working on a job in Oklahoma City, and we was doing tree clearing and getting ready for a housing addition. We was putting a housing addition in up there, and we had found a couple of beehives in some trees. So we had pushed the trees down, and we had cut them, extra long where the hive was, and we just loaded the hives up and brought them home. Well, they lived
for quite a while.
But then we got that real super cold winter, and they wound up killing the bees.
Yeah, they all died that year. We had Armageddon.
Yeah.
Winter, not this winter, but last winter, they all died.
Hey, Gray Wolf.
So, unfortunately, guys, we're going to have to go for a drive. I just found that my wife texted me half an hour ago, and I have to pick her up at the hospital.
Oh no.
So I'm just trying to flip over to my phone. I'll disconnect here, and then this might get nasty here, guys. Just a sec.
Trying to make these two
Lily and Hunter have been out here about a dozen times since we've been on here.
We're probably going ahead and jump off anyway. Guys, keep your eye open. It'll either be...
I don't know. We don't want to give a time frame. Because we don't know when we're going to get it all figured out.
Yeah, to get the rest of the news. But keep your eye open, because our next live will more than likely be explaining what all is happening with the Harvest Right Freeze Dry.
Unless it's a Wednesday or Friday. So,
yes. Anyways, I'm going to have to go because it's not letting me switch over, and she's already done work starting to walk home.
Oh, no. Yeah, you better go get her before you get in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding.
If everybody can add my Saturday live to their community page, that would be much appreciated.
You have it scheduled already?
Yep.
Okay. All right, I'll do that then.
All right.
So
see you guys later.
I will see everybody on Saturday.
Mine will be right before school.
Yes, and Chris is right before me.